Despite all the rumored upgrades, the Samsung Galaxy S27 Ultra may still fall short in two surprising areas that power users care about most. Next-gen storage and RAM. Samsung is widely expected to unveil the Galaxy S27 lineup in February next year, with the Galaxy S27 Ultra and Galaxy S27 Pro leading the charge. Early leaks have painted an exciting picture of major improvements in cameras, battery life, and overall performance. However, a new report suggests that the S27 Ultra could miss out on UFS 5.0 storage and LPDDR6 RAM, two of the most anticipated hardware advances for 2026 flagships. According to well-known leaker, Samsung is unlikely to equip the Galaxy S27 Ultra or the Galaxy S27 Pro with UFS 5.0 or LPDDR6 memory. This runs contrary to earlier rumors that strongly pointed to UFS 5.0 storage as a headline upgrade for Samsung's next Ultra device, especially given the expected leap in processor performance and camera capabilities. The latest information claims that only a handful of manufacturers will adopt both LPDDR6 RAM and UFS 5.0 storage in their top-tier smartphones next year, and Samsung will reportedly not be among them for the standard Galaxy S27 series. Instead, these cutting-edge memory technologies are expected to appear in very limited quantities, possibly in special or limited edition models from select brands. If this leak is accurate for the Galaxy S27 Ultra, it almost certainly means the Galaxy S27 Pro will also ship without UFS 5.0 and LPDDR6. Samsung typically reserves its most advanced memory configurations for its highest-end models first, so the absence of these upgrades on the Ultra strongly implies the rest of the lineup will follow suit. What makes this news more disappointing for enthusiasts is how big the jump to UFS 5.0 and LPDDR6 could have been. UFS 5.0 storage promises sequential read speeds of up to 10.8 GB per second and write speeds of up to 9.5 GB per second. That is a substantial increase over UFS 4.1, which tops out at around 4.3 GB per second for reads and 4.1 GB per second for writes. On paper, UFS 5.0 essentially more than doubles performance, while also improving efficiency, which would translate into faster app loading, smoother multitasking, accelerated file transfers, and better responsiveness across the user interface. LPDDR6 RAM is also designed to deliver higher bandwidth and lower power consumption than the current LPDDR5X standards used in most 2025 flagships. Early module specifications point to speeds of up to 10.7 Gbps. Interestingly, Samsung has already managed to reach similar speeds with its own LPDDR5X modules, blurring the real-world gap between LPDDR5X and first-generation LPDDR6. This might be one of the reasons the company doesn't see LPDDR6 as a must-have upgrade for the S27 family just yet, especially if cost and yield remain challenging at mass production scale. Another unanswered question is whether this limitation will apply across all Galaxy S27 variants globally. The series is again expected to ship with different chipsets, depending on the region. Some models powered by Qualcomm's Snapdragon 8 Elite Gen 6, and others by Samsung's in-house Exynos 2700. At the moment, it is unclear if both the Snapdragon and Exynos versions will uniformly skip UFS 5.0 and LPDDR6, or if Samsung might experiment with limited configurations in select markets. So far, the leak suggests a complete omission of these memory upgrades for the core S27 lineup, rather than a region-specific decision. Even without UFS 5.0 and LPDDR6, the Galaxy S27 Ultra is still rumored to deliver a substantial overall upgrade. Previous reports have highlighted a larger battery for both the S27 Pro and S27 Ultra, new camera hardware, including improved main sensors and dual telephoto lenses on the Ultra, and refinements to performance, thermals, and AI-driven features. There are also expectations of better sustained performance and more efficient power management compared to the S25 generation, addressing some of the battery drain and overheating complaints seen after recent updates on older Ultra models. However, The absence of UFS 5.0 and LPDDR6 could give competitors an opportunity to claim the performance crown, at least on paper. UFS 5.0 is not only about peak speeds, it also promises over 35% better power efficiency compared to UFS 4.x, while LPDDR6 could deliver around 20% efficiency gains at similar performance levels. For demanding users, gamers, and those focused on future-proofing, these gains matter for both speed and battery life. Cost may ultimately be the deciding factor behind Samsung's conservative approach. Implementing brand-new memory standards early in their life cycle is typically expensive and can limit production volume. Lanzac suggests that only a small number of flagships in 2026 will actually offer the full UFS 5.0 plus LPDDR6 combo, and even then, likely in relatively small batches or ultra-premium variants. For Samsung, it appears more pragmatic to stick with highly optimized LPDDR5X and UFS 4.1 across millions of Galaxy S27 units, rather than chasing bleeding-edge specs at the cost of pricing and availability. For now, this information remains a leak rather than an official confirmation. Samsung has not commented on memory specifications for the Galaxy S27 series, and final hardware details could still change ahead of mass production. Still, given Lanzac's solid track record and the realistic economic factors at play, expectations should be tempered. The Galaxy S27 Ultra will probably deliver major upgrades in cameras, battery, and processing power, but not the revolutionary leap in RAM and storage some enthusiasts were hoping for. As launch approaches, more detailed benchmark leaks and configuration listings should clarify whether any S27 variants quietly adopt newer standards, or whether Samsung will reserve UFS 5.0 and LPDDR6 for a future generation or 4 ultra-limited special editions, aimed squarely at spec-hungry buyers. Until then, prospective Galaxy, S27 Ultra, and S27 Pro customers should plan on seeing refined versions of current memory tech rather than a full step into the next generation.